Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston.
And I'm Shanya Shea Forston.
And all we do is show people how to start their own independent living facility. So we're super excited about that. Today is Tuesday. Today is a great day to be alive. We won't be before you guys long today. We always say that and we end up here for hours. But
right.
Today we're going to try not to do that. So again, we're going to try to just be really quick today. But again, if you're new to us and have no clue who we are just very simple people, right? We love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And we've learned to merge that all together to form what we call today independent living facilities. So
Correct.
Again, these are not group homes. These are not ALFs, assisted living facilities. These are not IDDs. All of those require a license, and all of those have their own place. So not that we shun them or we talk bad about them. We just talk about this model is what we call the right now model. There is no waiting to get into this. There is no license. There is no $30,000 sprinkler system.
Correct.
And again, most importantly, you don't have to own the property. So guys, I'll never forget, man, I used to be a social worker making 28 grand a year. And God allowed me to see a lady that was making 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches.
Yeah.
And Shay and I are super excited because August the 2nd, it seems like so far away.
It's
not long ago.
It's literally
Shay
next
just
week.
told me that this is literally next week. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, make sure you visit ilfconsulting.org. That's the next opportunity where you guys can see Shay and I live. Right? Again, that's Columbia, South Carolina. We're traveling. So we hope you guys got your tickets, or if you're at least thinking about it, but you don't have that much more time. So big shout out to everybody that already moved at the speed of instruction and got your ticket. We're super excited for you, and we can't wait. Shay, rest the people real quick.
Listen, we've been going all day, so we're excited. I mean, if you didn't catch yesterday's room, you are doing yourself a disservice. You want to go back and check it out in our replays from last night. Last night's room was immaculate. We are always wanting you to bring your questions to us here on the platform so we can answer those questions for you live and in real time. This is like your coaching, right? This is your personal coaching hour of being able to get information from Forston Consultants while we divulge that information to you all here on our YouTube channel. And again, I'm Shanya Shea Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit organization that takes women from homeless to hopeful, utilizing the independent living facility model that we've coined, trademarked here at Forston Consultants. Again, we are super excited to be able to share what we know, how long we've been in this game, doing this, since 2018. Derek has been traversing this land since like 2018 and from a social worker standpoint into the housing standpoint, and now fully engulfed in coaching, consulting, and housing individuals in the ILF model. We are just excited. We're just really laid back. So bring your questions. Like Derek said, we will not be here before you long as we are prepping and preparing for the Columbia, South Carolina event. There's a lot of things going on in the background to make sure that everything is operational and ready for you all that are going to meet us in Columbia, South Carolina. For those of you that have not gotten your tickets, go ahead and get your ticket at info at ilfconsulting.org. And that is ilfconsulting.org. We have two tiers. We have the VIP admission and the elite ticket. And both of those tickets come with the HRA Business in a Box. This is our truly business in a box program that you get for attending this event. Not only do you get this information, but you get to collaborate with other housing providers and become their housing referral agent if so need be, right? You're building relationships, getting information, and being able to implement it all in one place and then take off and run by becoming an independent living facility owner and operator. So Derek, back to you.
So I just want to take a quick temperature of the room. Is there anybody here that's completely new to us? Anybody that's completely new to the ILF model? Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm going to just take my time today, right? I'm in no rush. In the chat right now, can you guys tell me, is this something that y'all have all prayed for, or something that you've always wanted to do? Or am I kind of by myself in this, in terms of Shay and I, the only ones in this room that always wanted to help people get involved in real estate, but also do the will of God? Am I alone in that? Or can you guys let me know in the chat? Are you some of the same kind of people?
I got some me's and some yeses.
Do you guys love God, love people, and love real estate?
So, oops, not congrats. I got some me's and some yeses.
And big shout out to Tarsha. Tarsha, we gonna see you in South Carolina. I recently just saw your name for purchasing a ticket. So big shout out to you, sis.
Look forward to seeing you. Yeah.
Also good to see you, Miss Sweet Tea. Good to see you, Miss Katara, as always. And Miss Watkins, I've been seeing you on our social media lately. Big shout out to you. So I hope that you're ready, whether that's the one-on-one coaching, the DIY, or the South Carolina event. And don't forget, y'all, I released something crazy just a couple of days ago. If you purchase your ILF Mastery Blueprint ticket, right, meaning or the coaching, I'm allowing you to come to South Carolina complimentary on me. And again, we also released that to the people that have purchased the DIY from yesterday up until the event. So again, there was a lady and also a gentleman today that purchased the DIY.
Nice.
Guys, you stamped your own ticket. Just let me know that you want to come. Okay.
Right. And we'll have our team reach out to you as well to make sure that, you know, you are informed of that availability to you, and get you all signed up and logged into the system for, you know, to get the access to join us on the 2nd.
And also just to ask Miss Watkins, right? Miss V, like, where did you find us at? What was it, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? How did you find us? And then the same question for Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, you said you're new to us, so I want to know how you found us. Put it in the chat. And then also my people that are on TikTok or anywhere else to where you can only hear me and Shay. We want you guys to come over to the YouTube channel because we're going to be super laid back today. And I want to just do some kind of almost one-on-one conversations because anybody that's new to us, I always like to slow it down and just to show you guys where this vision came from. So I'm no rocket science. I'm no genius. In fact, guys, I barely finished high school. And thank God for me, I had a great wife who tricked me. I jokingly say that, but Shay tricked me to go to college, y'all, because that was not my plan. And Miss Watkins, that's where I saw the vision for what I was going to eventually do for the rest of my life. So Miss Sweet Tea, God allowed me to see a lady making 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show a lot of pictures tonight. Right now, TikTok family, I got a picture on the screen already. But literally what you guys are going to see, I saw a lady doing the same thing, y'all. And Miss V, can you imagine making 40 grand a month? I don't know where you work at. I don't know what any of you all do right now. But I always kind of put it back on me because I never want to be an insult to anybody or be ignorant. But y'all, I was making 28 grand a year. I couldn't imagine making 40 grand a month. And when God showed me that lady, he was like, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. But look at what I make doing it. Sweet Tea, that lady opened up her phone and said, Derek, look at what I make doing. She went boop, 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 boop. And she showed me her phone. And I'll never forget that day, y'all. Because to me, that was like the beginning of everything. Because as I nearly fainted when she showed me those numbers, I was like, oh my God, I got to get in this. If you make 41 grand a month housing people in rats and roaches, I said to myself, can you imagine what's going to happen to my life if I do this the right way? Because y'all, these are God's people. And one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated them. So the devil is a liar that we going to make this kind of money and pray God to change our life. And then we mistreat the people that he entrusts us with. Does that make sense, everybody?
Oh, absolutely.
Sweet Tea, you new to me. So I just want to make sure, like, does that make sense? Miss V, does that make sense to you as well? So I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, I'm no bishop, but you will hear Shay and I talk about a lot about the love of God and mixing it with real estate.
Yeah.
Miss Shoshana, good to see you today.
Hey, sis.
Me and Shoshana had another meeting today because she's a one-on-one client of ours.
Yeah.
So if you have our one-on-one coaching, you're like Miss Shoshana. Put her back on that screen, Shay. Shoshana was just like most of y'all that just was praying to God to change your life. And you were scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, and here I go pop up right in your face.
Just running
my big mouth. But that was your prayer and my prayer merging together. Shay and I pray every night that God, we want to find like-minded people that's got your heart, God, not Derek and Shay's heart. God, we want to find people that got your heart that want to do this, that want to change their life, their city, and their family's trajectory when it comes to their finances.
Exactly.
Guys, it's hard to do God's will sometimes if you don't got the money to do it. It takes money to run the kingdom. On this side of heaven, lights and water cost money. Gas bills cost money. So make no mistake about it, guys. You need to make money to move the hand of some things.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of my list. Just a little intro spiel. I'm gonna give it back to Shay.
So
Shay,
I have some questions though. I think because of last night's room, I want to kind of throw some questions at you in regards to some of the stumbling blocks. I think we talk a lot about, where we are now, but talk to everyone about some of the stumbling blocks that you faced early on entering into this space, right? You started out as a social worker, case manager, discharge planner. You had all of those roles within a mental health hospital. But what were the stumbling blocks that you faced in the interim of getting started?
My first initial stumbling block, Shay, was like a lot of people that are here. They're trying to learn this, but nobody won't share it. So I've been seeing this new word that people use called gatekeeping. Do you guys know what gatekeeping is?
Yeah.
Because I'll admit, when I first saw it, I didn't really know what that meant. But that means when people have the information, but they keep it all for themselves. Now, trust me, I don't see anything wrong with somebody running a business and selling information. But if you know us, we got a whole YouTube channel where we go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday that we call Miss Audrey our complimentary content.
Right.
One of my coaches taught me that. I didn't come up with that, and I'm not going to steal it. Big shout out to Mr. Myron Golden. So I'm trying to get away from talking about my free content. It's actually not free because you got to pay. You got to pay attention. So we call it our complimentary content.
I love that.
So, but notice I gave credit to where I got that from.
Yeah.
That didn't come from me, Shay. That comes from someone that I'm learning from that's actually in the same industry, but on a way higher level than I am. I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah.
Right? So does that make sense, everybody? So Audrey, you're new to us, and I love that because you're the kind of people that we're always looking for. People that want to get into this, but have no clue where to start it. So Shay, problem number one, people gatekeeping it, not wanting to share it.
Okay.
Number two was, again, just actually having the belief that I can do this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense too, Shay?
I say mindset. Mindset matters.
That's it.
Mindset matters in the process.
Even though I saw somebody doing it, you always got to imagine yourself doing it. So I saw a lady, Shay, doing this the wrong way. So I just said, why not me?
Okay.
Meaning, get into this and do it the right way. So 5 of y'all put in the chat right now. Why not me?
Right.
Why can't I leave my job to do something that God has called me to? And again, what I love about these so much, again, is no license required. I don't have to own the property.
Right.
But back to Shay's original question, one of those stumbling blocks that I don't want to go too far. I'll stop right there, Shay, was how do I get this information to even to get started? Who can I talk to? And that's why, because I knew this, I offer a free complimentary content on YouTube, but I also offer a free discovery call once you watch my free webinar.
Yeah. We
filmed a 59-minute webinar that'll change most of y'all life. So if you text the phrase more info, that's MOREINFO, just those two words, more info, to the phone number 407-326-0086. That number is scrolling below right now. Just text more info to that. That's complimentary to you, what people hear from me.
Right.
Shay, you know how many people brag about our free webinar that they get and they learn so much from it? Then we still give you a 15-minute discovery call to see, are we a good fit to work together?
Yeah.
Because we're a good fit for some people, but maybe we're not for others. Shay, on you.
Yeah. So, okay. So you talked about that. Those are some of the barriers that you read. What about, because I know a lot of people say they're on a limited income, they're having issues, financially trying to break into this industry. What would you say, give some tips of how people can be more, financially stable or set to enter this space, like just in general, from coaching to starting up the home? What are some of the things, what are some tips that you can give people for finances? Like, how can they establish themselves financially to move forward into this space?
So for most folks, many years ago, Shay, we never offered financing to get into what we do. We now offer Klarna and Afterpay. And so big shout out to a family that literally just used it and purchased our one-on-one coaching literally 4 minutes before we went live tonight.
Yeah.
So I'll shout her out probably on the next live because I want to make sure that we speak to her first. But that lady, Shay, she used Klarna. And just last week, it wasn't in reach. But my team, I think, gave her a scholarship.
Wow.
So financing was a big way for a lot of people to get into this.
Okay.
We've also seen people that leverage their 401k. I've seen people leverage business credit. So I've seen ways of how people got into this. So what I like to tell people, Shay, is change your mindset from saying I can't afford it to how can I afford it? Because you open up your mind for more creative ideas to get into it. So if you just say I can't afford it, you close out all options.
Right, because that's the mindset you've now acquired. It's that glass empty, not even half full, not even a quarter. It is completely bone dry empty because you're stating what you don't have instead of saying, you know what, I can afford this and I will make all means to make it happen, whether it's, you know, through like other programs, right? We tell people all the time. So Derek, I'm going to jump in here as well. How can you get financially stable or set up to start your actual ILF? So those that will be attending the October, Jesus Lord, the August 2nd event will be getting what's called the HRA.
October too.
we do. What's happening?
No shade. August comes before October.
I'm trying, guys. I am really trying. But what's going to happen on August 2nd is people get access to the HRA Business in a Box, and this is like the foundational aspects of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. It gives you the framework of how to get started, and it also shows you how to connect with other people to start getting an income even though you don't have the house, and that is through being a referral source. So I think that's one of the ways that we can help people change that mindset to I don't have it to now let me start implementing the skills I will need in the long run in order to be a successful independent living facility or independent living housing or home owner and operator. It's giving you the foundational aspects to get ready to pursue what you're reaching for, right? And I think that's one way, Derek, that we can help people transition the thought process of I don't have it to this is my starting point, and I'm going to grow this thing in stages, right? I'm going to start with being a housing referral agent, and then I'm going to go from a housing referral agent by saving all of the money that I get in referrals, because now I've done what? Made the connections in the community. I've made the connections with other housing providers. Now what I'm going to do is be a source, an asset to them, because there are so many people that, you know, get this information from other sources, or they watch partial videos, or, you know, get the basic information and they take off running. But then their biggest hurdle and obstacle is, how do I fill my houses? They don't take they're not consistent in getting the word out on who they are, what they do. And then they're leaning on other people to fill their beds. Why don't you be the person that they rely on to fill their beds, and you charge them a fee? A referral fee, because technically they would have never received that resident without your assistance. So now you're starting step one, which is going to afford you the opportunity to build the relationships. You're now, you know, getting comfortable on the phone. You're getting comfortable doing some portion of assessments. You're implementing that lower tier, or that everyday muscle that needs to be utilized in this model. So again, my way for saying how to acquire the funds for it is start at the entry level and being a housing referral agent. Start there, because it's doing everything except for placing the person in your ILF. You're doing everything outside of that. You're making the phone calls, you're receiving the phone calls, you're doing the marketing, you're doing everything that's necessary. But the only thing you do not have is a actual asset to house these individuals in. So that's one way of being able to kind of navigate this space on a limited budget with limited income. And you can do all of the marketing yourself. You don't need to have a virtual assistant. You know, we still would help you with the website and all of that stuff, because you want social proof. Yeah, you want social proof. You want people to be able to go online and see that you have a viable entity. They want to see that you have a web presence. They want to see that you have a social media presence. They want to see all of these things. So you want to make sure that you do have the framework in order to get started. But that's the simplest way to enter into this space and be successful, and start from somewhere, right? So let's change the glass from being empty to being almost full. Right? More than halfway full, because you're getting all of the bulk pieces in perspective to get to the house. So Derek, back on you.
So good stuff. So now if you're new to us, you may have no clue what she just talked about. So many years ago, when we began to teach this thing, God basically said, well, Derek, what about the people that want to do this, but they can't buy no house or rent one or lease one?
Yeah.
That's when we developed the HRA, which allows you guys to do exactly what most of us do, but you don't need a house to do it.
Yeah.
It's everything Shay just said. I'm just going to give you the short version of it. So if you've never seen our HRA webinar, guys, please text right now, HRA, just those 3 letters, HRA, to 407-326-0086. That give you a 14-minute webinar that'll change your life.
Right.
And it'll show you how do you get started and don't need the house. You need relationship.
Absolutely.
5 people put in the chat right now, Derek, I don't need the real estate right now. I need relationship. And what's so cool about it, in case you missed it, Shay just told you that either one of the tickets that you buy to South Carolina, guys, it comes with the HRA business in a box, which can't be bought anywhere else. That on our website last year was $24.95. I think.
It was something.
Just call it $2,500. Guys, we're giving it to you complimentary. And watch how smart 2 people are. Watch this. 2 people bought the ticket today and told me, Derek, I'm buying this ticket, but we can't come to South Carolina, bro.
Yeah.
But Derek, if you gonna give me that HRA with the purchase of this ticket, I'm gonna buy it for that, Derek. Oh my God, how smart is that?
For $197, like for $197, you can get the HRA business in a box.
That these people said, "Wow, Derek gonna charge me $197 for a VIP ticket. I don't have to go, but he gonna give me the HRA business in a box, which means his digital marketing team builds my website and gives me all of that paperwork that cost Derek $8,000 from his lawyer. Oh, that is so smart. So listen to me really closely, y'all, because I'm getting excited and I'm getting loud now. If you can't come to this event, you will do yourself a disservice by not still getting the ticket. Because we give you the HRA business in the box.
Now let's make sure that let's make sure they know that this is not the DIY. This is the HRA business in a box. I just want to clarify that.
It's the housing referral agent coaching.
Business in a box.
$2,500 value. Guys, complimentary or for the cost of this ticket. Now, just to make me feel better, can 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derek, I get it, bro. You don't have to keep screaming. Because see, I just feel like when people don't understand it, I get a little loud. Can 5 of y'all tell me in the chat, bro, I get it. Derek, you literally giving them a course that normally would cost $2,500 just for the cost of this ticket.
And Derek, let me explain why we did it.
Can that make sense?
Yeah. But I want to explain the why, because every time we do something, know that it's calculated. Everything that we do at Fortune Consultants has a reason why behind it. And I'm going to explain that. I would be remiss to bring you into a room. Yes, we're going to educate you. We're going to give you information. You're going to get a true tell-all from 311 Solutions and the Johnson family. You're going to get all of this information. But when you walk away, 90% of what you heard goes in one ear, out the other. If you're not a great note taker, if you're not somebody that absorbs information really good. And now think about this as well. I'm also putting you in the room with other ILF owners and operators who have properties. Why should I not give you the tools that when you walk away from this event, you have a course that is going to show you how to engage with the people that you've connected with that you've networked with at this event to now start implementing what you've learned from this event, alongside with having the tools to walk away with and be able to continue that education process. So again, that is the reason why behind this, because we want to set you up for success, right? You're going to get all of the information that's needed. You're going to get a deep dive into what the ILF model is, how we did it, how 311 Solutions has made it to where they are with their preferred vendors in their city and across, a lot of their state. But being able to see how they function and flow, and again, ask questions, but now you have access to the housing providers in the room. You better have a pen and pad. We're going to do that thing. We're going to do a speed networking event at this event so that you all get to exchange information so that you don't leave empty handed. Everybody that comes to this event, if you need to leave with everybody's contact information, their websites, their hashtags or their social media connections so that you can follow up and follow through. Okay. So that is what this event is all about. It's not just us teaching you something, it's applied information. We're giving you information and we're then giving you something to help you apply it in the right setting as well. Derek?
Good stuff. So for a question in the chat from Miss Cynthia, if I'm understanding you correctly, when you say how do we obtain the forms, if you purchase the either the DIY or either the one-on-one coaching, that stuff will come to you in your portal or email portal. But yep.
So let us know, Miss Cynthia, what did you purchase? When did you purchase? And have you gained access to your course materials? All of our course materials are not released unless you sign your agreement. So as soon as you sign the agreement for access, it will now release those forms and stuff to you, all of the course material.
So right now, what I want to do is kind of go back to that very first question that I asked. Who's here that's new to us besides Miss Audrey? Audrey's from Texas as well. So Audrey, thank you so much for that. Because I want to just show you guys again where this idea came from idea to implementation. So we want to show you guys that, but get me in the chat really quickly again. Anybody that's completely new to us. And Cynthia said that she said I purchased the ticket.
Okay, no problem. So all of the access to the course material will be dripped out. Will be delivered, I should say, the end of this week. Our team is just getting all of our automation set and prepped for the event. So prime example, we do a lot of things when it comes to the events. So make sure that you have your text, that we have your phone number on file as well as your email address, because there'll be a lot of information being distributed and delivered via text message and email. And that will be one. Your course material shall and will be delivered by Friday. Everybody will get that.
Okay, good stuff. So is anybody else here new to us besides Miss Audrey? Because if not, Audrey's about to get a little PowerPoint all to herself. And then Audrey, if you just shout me out and let me know that you're still here. Anybody else either new to us or new to the concept of independent living? Just want to walk you guys down a road with me really quickly. And I'm going to give that 2 seconds for some of y'all that are delayed. And then again, if you guys are on TikTok and you can only see that one set of pictures like those last two people, come over to YouTube. Right up top, I spelled my last name is Forston Consultants. That's the name of our YouTube channel. Come on over and let me know in the chat as soon as you do. So Tyshell, come on over. And everybody on the TikTok channel, come over to YouTube and let me know in the chat as soon as you get here.
And Derek, prayerfully by Saturday's room, we should have TikTok merged into our StreamYard. So you all should be here with us under one accord, under one sound. Yeah.
Clarissa, good to see you again. So you're still considered new to us, Clarissa. So I'm glad you said that.
Miss Elizabeth, you're back.
Thank you for being. She's so glad that we said her name right.
Elizabeth,
probably more so shade than me, but Miss Elizabeth, let us know that if you're like Audrey and Clarissa and you're new to us. Because I don't need but 2 people to say it and I take off running.
She was new to us yesterday.
Perfect. So Audrey, are you still here? If not, I want to go really quickly and just talk about again. I'm gonna pretend that everybody just got here, right? So what is an independent living facility? Tyshell, perfect. See, you move fast, sis. I like that. Thank you, Tyshell. I really appreciate that. Audrey says, I'm not going anywhere. I'm listening. Clarissa invited me. Love that. Actually, at her house listening. Clarissa, you are absolutely amazing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Perfect. And it looks like we got the Jeffries family. Are you guys also new to us? Tyrus, Jeffries, and if I'm saying that wrong, please forgive me. But let me know if you're new to me. Because that's all I need. I don't need
so just dive in. People, right? I think you got more than enough people that are new and they are ready to hear what you got to say. So let's go for it.
Good stuff. And somebody said, I'm new, but trying to type on my TV and I can't.
Take your time. We are here. And guess what? If you miss it, you will get the replay is always available, but definitely take your time and join us. Forston Consultants.
W. Woods is also new to us. So thank y'all so much. Also put in the chat, where did you find us at? But let's jump into it, right? So right here on screen, I have what is an independent living facility. It is just simply an environment, guys, where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight.
Correct.
Now, Shay, can you tell the people how you were genius and tell me to trademark this thing?
Yeah, that was just all the Holy Spirit. I'm not even going to take no props for that. Trademarking was definitely something that we needed to do in regards to, you know, this model being Forston Consultants related. So you see a lot of people talking about independent living and stuff like that. I'm sorry, guys, but y'all got cease and desist coming pretty soon. I apologize, but I don't. But we did trademark the training and all of our course material for the independent living facility model, independent living home model, under the Forston Consultants USPTO trademark registry. So if you go and look, you'll see that the information and all of all of our course material is all trademarked by and copyrighted by USPTO.
Absolutely. So guys, don't be fooled by these people that's trying to teach you this and don't have it down like we do. Right. So on this picture right here is me as that poor social worker begging God to get into this. So most of y'all are just like me. I often tell you guys that you guys are not really far from me and my family.
Yeah.
And that's what's pretty cool about my prayer and y'all prayer. God merges us together for what we call for such a time as this. So this me begging God to change my life and begging God to help me financially, begging God to put me in a position to help people. And this is what I was shown. So Miss Audrey, I'm going to just pretend it's just me and Miss Audrey right now and Shay. Audrey, this is what I saw as my computer getting ready to go dead.
Oh, Lord.
And Shay to go downstairs and grab my charger real quick. This thing gonna end. Shay, thank you so much. Shay is running down real quick to grab my charger because I just got that 10% thing. This is what I saw, y'all. People in burnt up kitchens, beds on the ground. Y'all, and I saw a lady making $41,000 a month doing this. Can y'all imagine that? As that lady was coming into my hospital, W. Woods, with her Gucci shoes on, her Fendi outfit, the best money weave can buy, and her nails were always done. You know the materialistic stuff when you know people are doing well in life, driving the Mercedes-Benz, the Cadillac trucks. When you usually see that stuff, you can almost assume somebody's doing well. And y'all, one thing about this girl that I can really appreciate, she didn't try to hide it or sugarcoat it. She says, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. You keep sending me these people. But what y'all don't know is because some of y'all gonna think I'm a threat. I just never saw the inside of these places. I had a desk, I had a phone, and a legal pad. That's it. But one Saturday, I said, man, you know what? Nobody want to teach me what this is. And Miss Carter, I said, I'm going to go by myself. And I jokingly say this all the time, Miss Carter, but if you don't have your glasses on today, you may not see the cinder blocks that are holding those beds up. Can y'all see that picture in the screen? If you know somebody making 41 grand a month and the conditions look like that and that don't bother you, you on the wrong YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you right now, if this don't bother you, that somebody was making 41 grand a month with people's beds on cinder blocks, the other bed is on the floor, the fan is on a banana box, the devil is a liar, guys. And I'll never forget, I said, God, if you let me get into this and I do well at it, I'll go all over the world teaching it and I'll never take any credit. So watch me do that right now for 2 seconds. Guys, without God, I'm a nobody. But with God, most of y'all gonna think I'm a genius by the time we end this room tonight. Because I just told you I'm no genius. Shay tricked me to go to college. And through the grace of God, I finished that. And that's where God showed me the vision of how I would get into this. By showing me somebody that was doing it the wrong way. How many of y'all have seen somebody living your dream but doing it the wrong way? This was me, y'all. Right? So one more time, can 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derek, this breaks my heart to see that somebody was doing this way. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to come back because I want to see a lot of questions in the chat, and I want to continue to show my new people, what does it look like now? What do we turn this into now? And tonight's room is brought to you guys by Digital Flow Solutions. It's the system that runs all 8 of our businesses, including the ILF. It comes with your website build out, your phone line. We all need a business phone, social media, marketing, funnels, automations, and the list goes on and on. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Derek Forston, Mr. ILF.
And I'm Shanya Shea Forston, Mrs. ILF.
And we're super excited because August the 2nd, we're coming to Columbia, South Carolina.
And what are we doing in Columbia, South Carolina, you ask?
We're going to be teaching the independent living facility model. And again, this is an event, Shay, that they do not want to miss. So what's the dates one more time?
August 2nd, and we will be in Columbia, South Carolina, and we will be highlighting an independent living facility owner and operator under the Forston Consultants model that is trailblazing in your city. So do not miss it. Stay tuned for more information, and we look forward to seeing you there. August 2nd, Columbia, South Carolina. You got next.
See you there. I think that was pretty good.
All right, we are back.
All right, we are back. We are back. So I want to take some questions, but I also want to go over to Shay. Shay wants to answer something that she just saw in the chat. Shay, go ahead.
So Jermaine Mills asks, should I wait to market when I get my website and email or start now with my current number? So Jermaine, if we have not selected your number, let me know, or text message the DFS team, Digital Flow Solutions team, and let them know that you do want to get your number up and operational. They will activate your account and they will go ahead and select or help you find a phone number. They will activate that phone number and the phone number will be operational as of immediately to make and receive calls. You will only not be able to do the text messaging because we have to do an A2P verification, which is a verification process that tells the government that you are a legal entity, and it gives you approval as a voice over IP user to utilize SMS messaging. So that's something that we do once the website is attached and set up. So you can text the DFS team, Digital Flow Solutions team, and let them know that you want to go ahead and get your account activated. So that's the sub account with the subscription added, and then you'll have access to the phone. So just that's what you can do. But I would not wait to start networking. As you're networking and advertising, as long as you have your business entity set up, you have the name of the business, you want to go ahead and make sure make sure your social media stuff is up, right? Make sure you have all of those things up and available and running. Those are going to be some of the easiest and fastest entry points to marketing in this realm. You want to make sure that stuff is available and set up, so that way you're not just driving them to nowhere. Right? They're going to want to see that you have some type of physical, some social proof, right? They want to see that you have some type of social media or some type of digital asset that is attached to your entity. So back to you, Derek.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So as we continue to go, I just want to make sure that all of the new people just kind of know where this came from. And y'all, I got tons of slides of this stuff because I knew eventually one day that when I begin to tell this story, Miss Catherine, I knew people wouldn't believe me. Miss Audrey, Jermaine Mills, I knew people wouldn't believe me. So this is the whole purpose of why I show this. And again, this is just me as that social worker begging to get into this. Yeah. And again, these are some of the conditions that I saw: the rats, the roaches, the people that had beds on the floor. So all of these things, again, man, just can you imagine housing people like this? I hope
they do it. But right? People do it, Derek. That's the sad thing about it.
And people do it. So just like this slide, as the young man is sitting on that bed, and I tried my best to keep his face out of it. Now that picture is so small, and I got another bigger one, but there's needles all over that room, guys. There was beer cans on the floor, in the closet, liquor bottles all over the place. And guys, the devil is a liar. That we're going to make this kind of money and beg God to change our life, and then put people in these kind of conditions. Ridiculous. And just so that you guys kind of know what broke the broke the camel's back. I think that's that saying, right?
The straw that broke the camel's back.
Was Shay, you remember this story as I came home crying to you. Do you remember that day? Said, babe, I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor for $750.
Yeah, I remember
y'all,
that.
It broke my heart. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't imagine somebody that would allow that, and while you were making the money.
Yeah.
That's the part. Like, this lady wasn't struggling, y'all. And guess what? Because I'm real honest, Miss Audrey, I was the social workers, Jeffrey's family, that sent that lady to this place.
Yeah.
But remember, before I found out
you didn't, can we,
that it was a bad place, I didn't know it.
Can we hold right there
Go
for
ahead.
a second? I want to hold right there for a second because you said you never saw the inside of this place. So you just had a list of numbers and names of housing providers that you just literally made a phone call to. They came in, they did their thing, and or if not, they took a phone call and that was it, right? What would you say that I want you to share with them, like, how did that moment really mark? How did that become a defining moment in you starting your journey for this ILF model? Like, what really promoted that or pushed that? Not just seeing it, but
it pushed it because, again, I saw the opportunity for me to offer something better. Mm-hmm. And as I tell folks, the part that really broke my heart, y'all, was not the fact that she was sleeping on the floor. It was the fact that she didn't mind it, that she thought that that was normal.
Hold on.
Did y'all hear that?
Wait.
She thought that this was normal.
So,
and she was okay with it. In fact, her statement was, Derek, at least I don't have to sleep outside in the streets. And she was so modest and she was so grateful to be in that place. That's the part, ladies and gentlemen, that breaks my heart. That she was so grateful to be in a roach-infested house and didn't have to be outside because she was a female, which she thought would have been very dangerous for her. That broke my heart. So and I said, I got to get in this, y'all.
And what I want people to understand too, because a lot of people don't know or have a social work background. We have a social worker that normally comes with us when we do events or comes to our events, and she gives her experience. She is one that is out in the field. She does follow-ups and all sorts of different things with residents in their living environment, whether it's in the woods or in a shared living home or in a group home, in whatever type of setting that she goes into. And tell them, Derek, about how what she tells us about how she enters into these homes because of the conditions. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the skin thing?
No, I'm talking about the case manager that goes into these homes and what she does with her shoes and her socks.
Oh, right. So that's actually on my YouTube channel, right? So we got interviews of case managers telling you guys kind of what they're used to. So depends on how long you've been around us or how far back you go on my YouTube channel, because I got over 950 videos, almost, I think 980 now, of just under the live tab. Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of stuff, but we got an interview with a social worker that talked about when she walks into these kind of places, how she'll tuck her pants leg inside of her socks. So imagine today, if you were wearing pants, imagine you putting your socks over the bottom of your pants so that bugs and bed bugs and roaches can't crawl into your shoes or your pants. Yeah, that's sad, ladies and gentlemen. I want a case manager to be able to walk into my place, sit down, and have a drink of water if they want it.
Oh, a cup of coffee.
And not feel so squirmish because of what it looks like or smells like. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
So again, to me, it's not. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go finish what you was going to say, and I'll jump in. So the reason why I wanted to emphasize that is because I want people to realize why, the stigma is there is such a stigma on group homes and different types of housing models, because a lot of times the caretakers or the case managers cannot safely go in and deliver or render the services that they need to. So it makes it harder for this population type or any type of population, right? Even if it's home health, like it can be any type, it can be occupational health, it can be physical therapy, it can be whatever, home health, right? To go into these homes and render services. If it's not a safe place, what ends up happening what happens is, they remove themselves or their services from that individual. So now we're seeing such a huge uptick in mental health, right? We're seeing a lot of upticks in mental health diagnosis and just different things in regular population. Now, imagine if every ILF or not ILF, but every group home was in that same shape and format. A lot of organizations are pulling their staff out of those work environments because of liability. So now you've got a population that can't get ongoing care outside of the mental health facility. What if they cannot travel to the mental health facility, or there's some they don't have the ability to access their person to help them, right? Their case manager, their compass, what you call them, or their guide. Now they're in another situation where they're not getting what they need, whether it's care, whether it's follow-up, whether it's, access to SSI or SSDI, because they're helping them walk through the application process and all of these different things. So this is what one of the biggest reasons Derek and I had to change what the model looked like. We had to really get in there and make it worthwhile and safe for case managers and social workers to work on a regular basis and make them comfortable doing so.
And now today, ladies and gentlemen, like, this is what it looks like. And what's really cool about how we do it, I'm not asking you guys to go to Ashley Furniture or Rooms to Go, because most of the things that are in this picture, y'all, is donated. Can 5 of y'all just let me know right now that this looks better than what I just showed you? Can 5 of y'all just be honest and say, wow, bro, that looks pretty nice, Derek. Like, I don't mind if my uncle or my grandmother or my brother-in-law had to live there. Because in this picture, the headboard is gently used from probably Craigslist. Those white bins were bought from Walmart for $19 a piece.
Yes.
The bedding is completely brand new, meaning the comforter, the sheets, the pillow, and the pillowcase. All that's brand new.
Towel,
that mattress is gently used.
Yeah.
See how this makes sense? You don't have to go and spend so much crazy money. And this is how we take people from homeless to hopeful. Once again, if you've been following my social media, hotels give us this stuff. Those headboards, hotel. The bed rails, hotel.
Yeah.
Now that comforter, that came from one of my other favorite places now. Not Walmart, but
Roses.
Yeah. Type me in the chat if you got a Roses in your city. ROSES.
Yeah.
So Roses and Walmart share probably 2 of my favorite places to shop at. What about you?
Yes.
Can you name some places you love to shop at for this particular business?
You ready?
And you're nonprofit too. So
you ready? That's why I thought you ready. So I have I do Restaurant Depot. Ding, 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 ding. I hope you heard what I said. I said Restaurant Depot.
Boat meat.
I do Costco.
Boat fish.
I do Costco because I have connections with those organizations because of my 501c3 status. And I'm getting ready to partner with some of the food banks locally. So I'm not just shopping in regular stores. I'm still doing the Walmarts, the Roses. I'm still doing all of those different entities. But when you go into those entities as a 501c3 organization, I provide them with my tax certificate. So a lot of times I do not pay, not a lot of times, most times I do not pay sales tax on the items that I purchase. So my affiliation with these organizations are tax exempt. So boom, that's me. Nonprofit, 501c3, keeping everything in order, doing everything the right way, maintain everything in decency and in order, and you get the benefits from that. You reap the benefits. So that's some of the places I shop. Then you wonder, okay, so I'm going to answer this question. I know somebody's saying Restaurant Depot, like, why would you shop there? Because I put in for grants and I write those grants to provide me with particular things. So I may do a food pantry grant that I want a grant that will provide food supplies, non-perishables and stuff like that for my ILF. And that's what I go and I purchase all of those items. And then sometimes if I'm just not when I'm nice, but sometimes I also go to those places and I will buy meat for the ladies. And this is, again, me just giving back. I may have extra donations that come in. I'll get 40, 50, 100 pounds of chicken. I'll get fish so that they have healthy food options. I'm not cooking it for them. I'm not doing anything like that. They're providing, they got their adobo, they sazon, they got their garlic powder, they got everything, and they up in there chefing up. So those are some of the things that I get to add into my ILF from the nonprofit standpoint, or even Derek does it too, right? Derek will go and buy leg quarters and let the guys, barbecue and do pizza parties. So it's all about, creating a cohesive environment. And then I want to say a thank you, Derek, real quick, while we're talking about giving back into our housing programs. A huge thank you to First Horizons Bank. They have been partnering with us for over a year now. We have been, we were fortunate enough last year to be a part of their huge 150th year. Was it 50 or 180? It was a big year of anniversary for them. And they gave away 150 grants to organizations, and we happen to be one of them. And since then, we have been partnering with them on all other grant opportunities as well. So a huge thank you and a shout out to First Horizons Grants. Another shout out to Walmart. Walmart is our proud sponsor of the 2025 Ladies Spa Day that we will be holding on August the 24th. We've got massage therapists, and I meant to tell you, I did get with the beautician. So we've got a beautician coming to do haircuts, colors, and all this sorts of stuff for my ladies. So I'm super excited about that. We'll have meals already. We'll have somebody cater as well. And it's just going to be a fun opportunity for my ladies to enjoy and be pampered and be loved on, and just to make them look pretty.
And I'm actually going to bring up a slide that's going to further probably talk about that. But can you guys hear the excitement in her voice?
I'm excited, yeah.
When she's able to offer other things outside of housing. Mm-hmm. So this is the way that we talk about this, Robinson family. When you master the art of housing people, because in the beginning, I don't want you doing all of this stuff Shay talking about. Yeah. I want you to focus on housing.
Yeah, get the framework
Housing
first.
is enough all by itself. Trust me on this.
Yeah.
But when we master that, what else can we add? Mm-hmm. Shay always thought of, how can I now show the love of God through my actions without beating people over the head with the Bible? And that's bringing in the spa day, the pedicure day, the makeup day, the hair blowout day. Mm-hmm. So these are all the ways that we're able to show God's love without having to beat people over the head with the Bible. And then guess what happens after that? They ask Shay, hey, Miss Shay, I was streaming your church service. I saw that you sing, and we want to go to church. Shay, how can you make that possible?
And we make it happen.
So Shay, what do you do every Sunday without fail if your ladies want to go?
I get them a ride through Uber. And I'll give y'all a quick tip on this. You cannot get an Uber for Business account without without a business email. Okay, not at Gmail, at YouTube, at whatever. It has to
Shay
be
Smith
at
said that was a bar. Shay Smith, come over to YouTube. All of you TikTok people, business. Come to YouTube at Forster Consultants. Keep going, Shay.
Uber for Business. And then I also upload my, guess what? Tax exemption. So now there's another layer of benefits in regards to that transportation to and from church. So yeah, Uber for Business. That's another cheat sheet for your transportation service to pick up your residents and bring them to your ILF. Just you can pay me for that one later, or you can drop a donation in the Angela Denise Foundation's bucket. Go to AngelaDeniseFoundation.org and donate. Right, that's for my tips. I'm dropping gems so y'all can donate, which is tax exemptions for you all. So that's one of my other tips that I wanted to give out tonight.
Okay. So also what makes this guys a no-brainer, just like I have on this screen, I say this all the time, so I won't spend a lot of time here, but there's no license required, guys, to do this. The only thing that's required is a big heart for people and patience. If you lack patience, meaning that you heard all your life that, man, you ain't no people's person. Girl, you mean to people. This may not be for you.
I'm a little mean
guys,
to people.
We deal with people that are on the fringes of life. So if you are not a people's person, if you naturally don't have the love of God in you, we may need to show you a different route.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways in real estate you can be involved in, but I'm not joking when I say this. I'm actually serious. If there's no patience in you, if you don't have the love of God in you,
say it again, Derek,
you probably need to do a different realm of real estate.
Yeah.
Because this has no medical oversight. You don't have to be a nurse. There's no certifications required, and you can rent or lease the property to get started. There, most of y'all should be dancing and shouting in your living room.
Shout.
Because I know for me, one of the biggest barriers were like, man, how can I get into this with no license and I can't even like halfway pay my rent right now?
Well, congratulations.
Guys, most of y'all think you have to go and buy a place. You don't. You can rent this place.
Yeah.
And the populations that we love to serve, because the Levert family asked this, Derek, who can I house doing this? And before I go into that, I'm gonna let Shay tell y'all real quick. Shay, Who is your population right now as a woman doing this? Who do you house?
Okay, so I have several different populations. Okay, so first and foremost, I house the working individual that has run into hard times, financial difficulties, and just want to, really want that nurturing of fellowship, friendship in a house. I also have the women that have been widowed, domestic violence survivors. I also human sex trafficking survivors. I have women with mental health diagnoses. I housed veterans before. So, there are so many different population types, but right now my actual housing is split between working individuals, working women, and women. And
women's? Did you just say women's?
I did. Working women and women with a mental health diagnosis. And I love both populations. Like, I'm gonna be honest. They are like, I have one lady, Derek, and I'm gonna just take this quick pig trail, that she sounds so rough around the edges, but she is as soft as cotton. Yeah. Like, she is, hey, she's got the real right. You know what I'm talking about. And she loves that. She's in love with Derek. Okay. So first and foremost, I don't let Derek go over there by himself because she'll try to steal my husband. But no, she's like, tell my husband not to. I'm like, oh gosh. She's so sweet. Oh my goodness.
Absolute comedian.
Yeah,
almost.
You will have a day with her, okay? And she cusses like a sailor, but she is so fun. She cusses like a sailor, and they have a nickname for her. One of my friends calls her Hoot because she's a hoot. Like, she's like, yeah, I call her Hoot. And I'm like, that's not her name. Yeah. She's like, I don't care. She's just a hoot. She tickles me every time I go around to see your people. Right. So yeah. So
now, Shay, you're actually getting ready to tip into an area that I was going anyway. Talk about these same women that you just did, but talk about the housing model, because every woman you house does not share a room. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got women that I have several different models, right? I've got the private model.
In this one house?
In the one house.
Okay.
In each location, there's several different models. But in my biggest location, I have all models. Actually, you have 3. I'm going to give 4. Okay. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So I have the shared room, which is 2 people per room. And they share all common areas. I have the private room, which is an individual, but they still share the restroom, living room, all of the common areas. Then I have the private suite. So this is a private room with an ensuite bathroom. And they still share like the kitchen, living room, stuff like that. Then I have the shared suite. Ding, 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 right? I'm just like a hotel, y'all. I've got the mini suite, the suite, I've got the penthouse, I've got it all. But the shared suite is a double occupancy with a ensuite restroom, which is 9 times out of 10 going to be my master bedroom with the ensuite. Okay. And that's how I deliver my housing product. I don't just say, oh, we shared room, private room. Oh, I have suites, right? You want to make it palatable to the individual that's coming in, right? What do those accommodations, have? And that's when you tell them, oh, this has an ensuite bathroom, or, this one is, you become, yes, you gotta Vanna White this thing, yes, right? But ultimately you don't want to just say it and then bring them into squalor. When they come in, they are, I had a family member go and drop off some stuff for one of my newer residents. And it was a sister, and the sister said, I'm jealous. Like, I want to live here. Like, literally, the sister has no mental health diagnosis, no issues. She was like, do they have any more space? Like, I would love to move in.
This place is this nice.
She was like, I want to move in. Shocked by it. Yeah. So again, you want to make sure that you deliver it well, right? You want to take away the stigma and give the information, dress it up, right? Dress it up. I'm shared room, private room. No, I have a shared suite or a semi-private suite. Or a private.
These are gems, y'all. Like, Shay's really giving you guys marketing 101 right now, and half of y'all don't even realize it, right? So luckily for you guys that this is recorded. So if I were you, I would either take notes right now, or I would go back and watch the recording, because that little 30-second segment right there can help a lot of you all advertise what this is and make it sound better.
Yeah.
What a gem. This is not a shared room and a private room.
We have
like the way Shay said it was just, That's marketing 101, ladies and gentlemen.
Semi-private and private suites.
Okay.
Or semi-private or semi-private and private accommodations. So don't ever call them rooms. They're accommodations, right? Make it pretty. Throw that in Chat GPT and get some fun language that you can add to that to make it more palatable, and dress it up.
More enticing.
Yeah, dress it up. Yeah.
Same way that these hotels try to lure you when you're booking your hotel for you and your boo thing on your vacation.
Hey, a double queen.
Hey, see?
Partial.
Just say, well, we got 2 beds here. Double queen with a partial ocean view. See how more descriptive they got with that?
Yeah.
You guys are to do the exact same thing.
Do the exact same
thing.
But
really quickly, we're going to answer more of y'all questions. Let's take a quick commercial break and let's hear from AI Shay.
Don't you scroll any further. You've been interested in starting an independent living facility, whether it's for-profit or nonprofit. You've asked us over and over again to come to South Carolina, and we will be there August the 2nd. Derek and myself from Forston Consultants will be in Columbia, South Carolina to teach you all things independent living facilities. Get your tickets today. They will sell out very quickly, so you do not want to miss out. Visit ilfconsulting.org to get your tickets, and we will see you in Columbia, South Carolina. Don't wait to be great.
Welcome back, everybody. This room is brought to you tonight by digitalflowsolutions.net, which runs all 8 of our businesses, including the ILF model. And with either one of our coaching plans, we give y'all complimentary Digital Flow Solutions, which is your website build out, your business phone line, and an all-in-one platform to run any business. I don't care if you fry chicken, you sell chocolate chip cookies, you own a daycare, or you a shade tree mechanic. You need a website.
This dude and the shade tree mechanic.
Social media, and Digital Flow Solutions can be the all-in-one answer for you.
I can't stand you with the shade tree mechanic. It drives me bananas. Like the sock hop. What is a sock hop? I'm still trying to figure out what a sock hop is.
Here yesterday to even know what she's talking about right now.
Dude, he's so country that is not even funny, right? So let's go. There's some questions in the chat. So Tashelle asked, are those rides discounted? Yes.
What rides?
The Uber for Business are discounted, and they may not always be discounted, but I get certain segments of the year where they steeply discount my rides. So like prime example, during peak hours, they may be like prime example, the past couple of weeks, actually during this whole summer, they've opted me into like half off rides. So all of the rides to and from the church have been like $8, $9, stuff like that. Usually when it's close to $21, $22. So it just depends on, they do promotions, and for nonprofits, they do some little extras as well. But it's like, it's rolling. It's not like it's, oh, you get X amount of percent being a nonprofit. They are looking at making some changes in that. So I keep my ear to the ground in regards to seeing what they're rolling out for the 501c3. The next question came from Cynthia Robinson. No, did I say Cynthia? Catherine, excuse me. Don't we know a Cynthia Robinson?
We do.
Okay, that's what messed me up. I'm sorry, Catherine. It says, in this arrangement, ever a problem for the landlord? Have you ever
put it up front?
Right.
So we're going to tell the landlord up front, Catherine, what this is. There's a lot of people that teach us that will tell you to hide it and don't tell them. I'm against that. I want the owner to know what we're doing so that he don't try to stop me 4 months later once I've gotten full, right? Because if you don't tell the landlord and he finds out, and if he don't like it, he gonna kick all of y'all out. And now you just created a bigger problem for the very thing you were trying to stop.
Absolutely.
Right? Which is
huge
housing
problem.
And people being homeless.
A huge
So if you don't tell the landlord, he gonna kick you out and your tenants.
And now you've
and we got a way to
homelessness.
tell the landlord. There's a certain way to word that. Right. In fact, I'll admit many years ago, I would never tell people that language unless you bought my coaching. But now today, that's in a $97 ebook. It's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. So we got a lot of ebooks that's also good for you guys for a starting point. So if you don't get the one-on-one coaching, if you don't get the DIY, at least start with some of the ebooks. And my recommendation is probably 3 of our books out of the many. Mm-hmm. One is our ILF bundle. That's 2 books together. and it has a mini course attached to it. Only $97.
Yeah.
The other one is called How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco, the 12 dumbest mistakes that Derek ever made. That's the next best-selling book. The third one is The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit.
Right.
But if you're real smart, you go to forsterconsultants.com/products and services and check them out for yourself, but also download the free ebooks that I give y'all complimentary. I got a book that's entitled Life After COVID-19. Now, for most of us, COVID-19 is a blur. But if we think hard enough, that was a tough time.
It was.
And I wrote a book that what can you do to start a business that's got nothing to do with housing? And I give y'all a bunch of businesses, like the top 10 things that you can start for little or no money that can make you some money. And it's entitled Life After COVID-19. That book's free.
Yeah. I think I got
a real estate vocabulary book that's for free. So if you don't understand the lingo and you trying to get into real estate, you need that book. Everything from A to Z. And because I know you need it, I made it complimentary. So make sure you guys go to forsterconsultants.com, click that tab that says products and services, and dive in there. Okay?
I just got an idea. Sorry, guys.
Talk to me.
When I get ideas, I pull my phone out and go directly to notes. I'm not telling. I can't.
You're not sharing.
I can't tell y'all.
So I'll keep talking then. So let me bring that back up real quick. I want to show this. Let me see. So how do we get paid, Gonzalez family? SSI, SSDI. Somebody said, well, Derek, these people are poor and homeless, bro. How do you get paid? Right here. And it's a guaranteed payment. Yeah. Ever heard of Section 8 or military pay? This is the exact same. I do not worry about how I'm getting paid every month. Yeah. Now, Shay and I are in different realms of real estate. We also got certain real estate that we rent to a mom, dad, and her 3 kids. But that's usually more than that's usually like a mom and a dad. That's like one source of income or maybe 2. But what happens if dad loses his job? Yeah. We teach a model where everybody in that house pays rent. Guys, it's hard to lose like that. So that's why we also compare this model, y'all, to multifamily. Because we take one asset and we rent to multiple people. Does that make sense, everybody? We take one building, one 4-bed, 2-bath home, and we rent it to multiple people, and we collect our payment through SSI or SSDI. But I'll admit, Shay, my probably favorite way to be paid is that community funded program. Mine too. But I also get people that pay me through private pay. Yeah. Private pay to me means that guy works at McDonald's, Sonny's Barbecue, Publix. He's the local mailman. He's an ex-police officer, and he can't afford an apartment, and he can't afford to buy his own house. Absolutely. So I will accept private pay from a guy like that. But Shay, I want you to talk about what in the world is a community funded program and why is it your favorite now? So community funded programs are programs that are normally received by 501c3s, or nonprofit organizations or not-for-profit organizations. They usually get government stipends, and it's a part of their program to place people with housing. So prime example, a hospital has a stipend or has gotten or received some type of grant funds that says, hey, I'm going to allow you to do X, Y, and Z in your program, and you can allot this amount of money for housing. So they look for me as the housing provider, and they write, not me, but they write the Angela Denise Foundation a check for housing their client that is in that particular program. Stop right there, because I want you to put a pin on something. Why don't they write a check to Shay or Shania Shay Forston? They ain't doing business with me. They want to make sure you have an entity, right? Talk about it. They're minimizing their liability. So they want to make sure that they're doing business with an actual business. And these are stipulations in a lot of grant funds, in a lot of grant applications and guidelines, right? When they go back to do audits, they don't want to. Shania Shay Forston could be the CEO's second cousin. Hello, somebody. Okay. And now he's fishing money to Shania Shay Forston. It looks a little fishy. Looks a lot fishy. So now when you see an organization
And people do this and still pass money through organizations. But for the most part, they want to see that it is a viable source. And for us, the good thing is that we're consistently on their radar. We're always in their documents because they partner with us often. So they do get to see our information. And again, we're filing our taxes. We're doing our 990s. So again, it's listed there too. So if they wanted to audit and then audit the housing providers, they have that ability to do so as well.
Good stuff. Nobody has ever written Derek Forston a check
Please no.
for housing. Let me just repeat that because somebody's going to miss it.
I did. I wrote you a check.
Ever wrote me a check for housing. All of my checks, and I can show you thousands of them now, they all say second chance housing.
Yeah.
But watch me take a moment to teach you something, because what I didn't know, dummy me, back in the day, I used the word housing in my name. Under my coaching, you guys won't use the word housing like I did.
Yeah.
You guys will use the word like enterprise, foundation, solutions, incorporated, group, project. Does that make sense, everybody? Because when I send you to the bank to go do business, the bank hates real estate. So you would not use the word housing. You would not use the word living. You would not use the word homes. That's some $1,000 teaching right there. But dummy me, your brother, I use the word second chance housing because I want people to know what I do. Guys, that was dumb, but I didn't know that. So under my coaching, you should have used second chance solutions, second chance enterprise, second chance foundation. That's what I should have been. But today, when you know better, you do better. 3 of y'all type in the chat, Derek, I understand that, bro. I get you, bro. So again, under my coaching, you won't use those words because I want you to be bankable. Watch this. The social worker don't care what you call it. The case manager, she don't care if you call it a circus show. But the bank, when I tell you go get the bag and get business credit, lines of credit, business credit cards, I don't want you using the word housing, home, living, investments.
It looks different.
None of that stuff at the bank looks good. You can still run a business, you can still do well, but you're just not as bankable as I would like you to be. Sweet Tea says, my name is Sweet Tea Living. Should I change it? I would. Under my coaching, under my solutions, right? I would even ask you, what does sweet tea mean? Why do we choose that? Now, I'm not going to coach you live right now, but if you were under my coaching, Shoshana, tell her how I grilled your email today.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Shoshana sent me an email that she sent somebody, and we grilled it line for line.
No.
It was a beautiful email.
Oh, I thought
But we just tweaked a couple things and we changed it to make it more palatable.
You know why? Because language is a locator.
Bang.
Right? If your language is a little rough and shaky.
So I'm sure sweet tea probably means something to you. And right now, I don't know that. But under my coaching, I would have kind of asked you, well, what does that mean and why we're using that? But I would have been Sweet Tea Enterprise, Sweet Tea Consultants, Sweet Tea Solutions, Sweet Tea Foundation. Make sense?
Total sense.
Okay. And you purchased a ticket, so we're gonna see you in Columbia. Good stuff. And also consider upgrading to the one-on-one coaching. My team and Jennifer, who's going to be watching this, is our grant giver, and she can hook you right up.
Yeah.
Okay. But watch me slide to this real quick because I won't spend a lot of time here, but I'm glad I saw this slide. Shay, can you tell the people how this changed our marketing strategy when we went from saying I'm $700 a month? I'm under $23 a day.
It's just like having a semi-private suite and a private suite, right? It's more digestible, right? When you have people on a limited income, you want to give them the realistic expectations. And for most people, this price range on a limited or a very tight government issued income, you want to make sure that they understand what they can afford. And I think by being able to break it down by the day instead of the month, they're able to digest that a little bit more comfortably, right? And they're like, okay, on average, they can do some work, right? Their case manager can do some work. If you go and get this person an apartment that's, an individual, they still got to pay lights, water, everything else. They're still going to pay way more than what we're saying is that $22.58 a day. right? They're going to pay darn near about 150 a day or something crazy, something way larger than that, twice the times, two times, three times that number. So you want to break it down to where it's digestible. And when they see that, you can now redirect them to the crappiest,
come on, Shay, my
hole
favorite.
in the wall motel, not even a hotel, a motel, right? And I guarantee you will not find anything with the $22 a day mark on it.
Pause right there, because somebody's gonna miss that, Shay.
Yeah.
Again, Shay just gave y'all a gem that's so big. Your bag you brought today can't even carry it.
I'm gonna do this.
So let's do this, because that's where she's probably.
Because I'm gonna do this. I want somebody to put.
Shay, go ahead.
Where you probably gonna go in exactly where I'm going.
Same area. I just want to reiterate what she just said, because I just believe somebody's going to miss it. The worst motel in your city right now, I don't care where you live at, is $80 to $90 a night. When you start this, you're going to be in this range. And I don't know where most of y'all live at. In fact, everybody put in the chat right now where you live. Give me some
locations. Give me some locations.
Everybody put in the chat right now your city and state, because Shay is getting ready to prove to you that the worst motel in your city that's full of roaches, they still want $80 a night. God, you're going to be a no-brainer when you show them your model. And
so come on, let's get these
locations.
Let's get these locations. Come on, put them in the chat, guys.
And again, if you're on TikTok, please join us on YouTube. That's where everybody is. Good to see you, Tia Johnson. Glad you're here today, sis. Tia, man, you got to talk on the phone, Tia. Tia, I've been trying to talk to you for over 30 days now. They ain't called you yet, Tia. My bad. Tia, you ain't called me either, Tia. Tia, remember I told you a couple weeks ago that I got something to tell you? Tia, you ain't called me yet.
You ready? Okay, you ready, Tia? I got your numbers. So the cheapest motel in Haines City, Florida is the Roadway Inn and Suites. And it gives me the address, and it tells me it is $95
That's the old
a day.
Red Carpet Inn, I think, on 27.
That's exactly where it is. And it is $95 a night.
Tia, you
all
ain't
right, so we've got
$95 a night.
Griffin, what about
like, that's correct. Like,
Griffith,
me,
Indiana.
This gonna be one of the biggest cheat codes of tonight of how you advertise this. So in other words, I said, hey, Mr. Social Worker,
all right,
we're only $24 a day, whereas the worst hotel in your city right now is still $89.99 a night.
Woo! All right, Griffith, Indiana is the Fairbridge Inn Express in Merrillville. It's about 3 miles from Griffith Center, and it's approximately $50 per night. Okay, so I hope y'all are hearing this, right? Let's go. What about what we got? Aiken, South Carolina. All right, it's loading for me, guys. All right, the Howard Johnson, actually the Days Inn beats the Howard Johnson. So the Days Inn by Wyndham Aiken, however you say it, Aiken, is $67 per night. Again, if you have an ILF, it's still cheaper. Oh my gosh.
So you're going to be the go-to is what we're showing you guys. I don't care where any of you all live at. Elizabeth's over there in Tampa. So sis, you're not far from us. Shay and I just came from that area a couple of days ago.
And I'm going back on Saturday.
Exactly. So you're really close. And again, Tampa's expensive.
All right, Tampa, Florida, MacDill Motel. Never heard of it, but the MAC, not MC, MAC Deal Motel, South Tampa.
That's a huge eye-opener, ain't it?
MacDill Motel in South Tampa is $59 per night. Okay, and these are with discounted rates. So they're searching kayak. It's searching all the lowest of the lowest rates. So guys, do you see the difference? Again, language is a locator. When you educate people on the cost of living or the cost of accommodations, you get a different response. So this is some of the tips and the tricks that we teach y'all in the private coaching. Like I don't waste it. I spilled a lot of beans tonight.
She did.
I spilled a lot of beans. So I'm gonna just shut up and be quiet. Okay, so people still asking. So I'm gonna do it just for y'all.
Great marketing. Thanks for the nuggets. So again, guys, Shay can do this for 2 hours and knock all of y'all cities out. but it doesn't matter. None of y'all are going to be more expensive than the raggedest motel. Inexpensive.
Oh, no. You're right. I thought you were going somewhere else. I'm sorry. See?
None of y'all are going to be more expensive than these motels. And some of these were hotels.
A lot of them were
Your
motels.
people are going to be looking for motels because they can't afford the hotel. So that's why in my pitch, in a very nice, but in a gut-punching way, Mr. Social Worker, I'm not sure if you know it, but the cheapest motel in this city is $79 a night. It is full of bed bugs. Our housing, which I want you to come by and see it, guys, we're under $24 a day.
Yeah.
Because watch this. I don't care where none of y'all live at. Nobody in this room will be over $32 a day. Now you said to read that?
Yeah, read it.
That hotel near me is terrible looking. This is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Exactly, Tarsha, who's also coming to Columbia to see us on the 2nd.
That's Aiken. Yeah.
Tarsha, I think is coming. She's in Aiken, but she's coming to Columbia.
I know, I said that's Aiken. But do you see, you picking up what I'm putting down, guys?
They're saying these are gems, so they're agreeing that these are gems, y'all. And most people will charge y'all for what we telling you now. Like that spiel and that marketing stuff Shay told y'all, people are packaging that and sell it to you.
Can I be messy for 5 seconds?
And I got stuff to sell too, but this information is ironclad.
I'm gonna be messy for 5 seconds, y'all. Hear me and hear me clearly. Y'all gonna be on these internet streets within the next week, and somebody's gonna say exactly what I said, and they're gonna tie it in a bow.
They do it to us all the time. They don't watch our show, y'all.
They'll watch our
people gotta watch us and try to mimic. There's a guy on TikTok right now, y'all, and it's almost disgusting. He's trying to be me.
And I get people that
know how loud I am and how I talk in my ways. This guy is literally trying to be me, using my words, my quotes,
everything.
And my lawyer and their team are all over his page.
Everybody like this. Like today, earlier.
Like, don't be me, bro. Be you.
It's and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being funny because it's. I think flattery. It's
it's a compliment.
It's a compliment, but it's it is because then people are like, well, it does. It gets a little bit extra, but it's just funny.
Confuse the people that really want to get into it. And y'all think he the real guy. I can't tell you how many y'all I'm coaching right now that before you bumped into me, you were fooled by somebody else.
And paid a lot of money.
So the prayer today is that God will allow you to avoid the knucklehead and the fakers. And hopefully today you realize you found us. So again, what's cool about us guys, I don't just run my big mouth and give y'all great coaching. We give y'all the back end of it. Remember, we own the digital marketing company that drives this whole thing. Remember who this whole show is sponsored by tonight? DigitalFlowSolutions.net. Somebody put that in the chat. DigitalFlowSolutions.net. That's a compliment, but it's weird. Somebody said, be yourself. Exactly.
Right. Thank you.
It's weird.
It's very weird.
And he's got a home girl that does it. Now, obviously, she can't pretend to be me.
I'm going to be honest. Can I tell you something?
A lot of my stuff.
Can I tell you something? Somebody sent me a screenshot today. They sent me screenshots and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is disgusting. Like it's uncomfortable to an extent. It's like, guys, like I get it. This is a very lucrative space. A lot of people are going to do what they're doing, but let's be original. Like, can you be you?
Yeah, be you.
Like use ChatGPT. It can give you more advice.
I'm the only one in the world that teaches this, even though I trademarked it. Right. And guys, don't get it twisted because we also get this question a lot too. Even though we trademarked independent living facility, you guys are okay to say that and call it that. The moment you try to start teaching it and training it, that's when you violate how we trademarked it.
Correct.
I don't care if you get one of these and call it an ILF. You ain't in no trouble about doing that.
But that's gonna look a little different in a couple of months too.
Start teaching it,
that's gonna look different too.
And try to give advice on it, calling it that. To me, that's kind of when you cross the line and go get in trouble from my lawyer.
But look, Sweet Tea said only one DJ. I love it. I just have to say that because that tickled me, boy. I said all I could think about is I was like, Lord have mercy. Tomorrow TikTok is going to be so funny because people's going to be sending me screenshots, and it's funny because we have attorneys that literally filter social platforms for infringement. So I'm just like, Lord, have mercy.
And I got a VA that also kind of scrubs that stuff. So, but anyway, that's kind of not what I'm here for. This slide, the only reason why I show this because people love to ask me, well, Derek, how much can you make off of one house? So remember, guys, even though we threw out a lot of numbers tonight, the numbers depend on where you live at. All of y'all won't charge the same number. My sister that lives in Macon, Georgia, is not charging what Shay charges in Orlando, Florida.
Absolutely not.
The lady I spoke to today from Pittsburgh is not what you're charging for the lady that lives down south Florida in Miami.
Yeah.
And the lady in New York, New Jersey, and Denver, all of you guys are charging different prices, and we show you how to do that. Make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
And Ms. Clarissa said, is the 2-for-1 still available for the ILF Master Blueprint? I think if you're saying that if you and your friend want to split it, absolutely. We still do that. So if you and your friend, or what I like to say, your business partner, because I can explain it to my accountant better. If you and your business partner go in together, sis, you guys just pay that one fee. So a lot of coaches actually hate that and they don't do that. We don't mind it. As long as you tell me like you're telling me now, you try to trick me. So you and your friend pay that one price of $4,997, and we can split the invoice down the middle. So if one of y'all want to buy it, great. But if both of y'all want to do it so that y'all ain't tricked by each other, I'm assuming y'all know each other though, you just email my team to the number that you see below, and we'll put it on screen. They'll literally split that invoice in half, give us your email and your business partner email, and then the cool part about it, y'all don't got to split the products. We still build her website and we build yours. Beautiful. Both of y'all get your own separate paperwork, documents, and all of that. So again, she just spilled the beans on something that I kind of got away from saying out loud on YouTube.
I'm telling you,
so if anybody else interested in that, Clarissa just blessed y'all whole life. So Miss Pitts, you don't know it, but I had kind of stopped saying that on our lives. But because we're just so nice and so cool and we want people to take advantage of it, absolutely. If you got a friend, which I like to say a business partner, but it can be your cousin, your boyfriend, your boo thing, your husband, the lady you grew up with in high school, whoever's got a like mind like you, don't partner with somebody that don't have your heart and your vision.
Please don't.
Make sense?
Oh my goodness, please don't.
I got a whole lawsuit to show you about that. Listen. I started this with a partner. Dummy me.
It was a hot mess.
My wife had a great job, so I couldn't convince her to start it with me. So I picked this idiot. This
was ghetto.
Oh God, he used to be a friend, y'all, but that went completely sideways. So also pray on a serious note people, that God gives you the right people to do this with and the right partnerships. Even speak in advance, meaning, hey God, can you already line up the social workers and case managers to help me with this thing you put in my heart?
Yeah, Derek, that's
and
good.
God, help me be removed from the knucklehead and any naysayers, doubters, or negative people
that will cause you to
try to rain on this parade that me and you get ready to do, God.
Yeah.
Alleviate me from those people. Right.
I agree.
So yes, man, one last time, you guys are able to go in together if you have a business partner. And I don't charge both of y'all like most coaches do. I actually allow you guys to pay that one fee and we can split it down the middle.
Yeah.
Michelle, back on you.
So we've got questions. I think we have questions.
And right before I got on that, about that whole pricing model, my fee, and here's some great coaching. Listen really closely. We don't give one number when we tell people what we charge. So now I know this slide is really small today, but on those beds, say 740. But I do not say 740 as in terms of what I charge. Watch this. We start at 740.
Yeah.
Because what if I want to change my price? What if I want to give myself a raise? What if I got a different room like Shay that's not the same as this one and it's a little bit more? So for marketing purposes, write this down. This is genius, y'all. We start at name your price. So for me, watch this. Most of my beds go for 800. But what if somebody said, Derek, man, I can't afford an 800, bro, because if it was 740, I'll move in tomorrow, Derek. Well, sir, lucky for you, my program's able to do this. Now we go down to my original number and we move him right on in. So never say one number is, well, we charge 800. No, you don't. Right.
And
you start.
So let me give a good example of that. So prime example, there's certain, especially when you start working with different types of programs, they may have incentive that their minimum may be more than your bed fee. I hope you heard what I said. Their minimum may be more than your bed fee. So be mindful of that. And then there may be some programs that their maximum may be a little bit lower than what you're asking for. So you want to have that flexibility in knowing what's the least you can, like, what is your bottom line where you can do good and help somebody, but still maintain the quality of your ILF. Because remember, most of our pricing goes into making sure that we can continue to provide the good care, good services, meaning keeping the lights on, making sure they have clean linen, making sure that they have access to everything that they need in the house that we provide. So you want to make sure that you're not going too far outside of that to where you're going below your budget. So that sliding fee helps you to make an adjustment based on someone's income. So you're doing good while still financially doing good. Does that make sense?
Total sense.
Am I cooking?
Does that, you stir frying tonight? You stir frying tonight. Somebody put in chat. Shay stir frying tonight.
No, let me stop.
So many
I got it in the walk.
I don't even think she's realizing it.
I'm walking.
My pastor often says this when he gave a good word. Watch this. Many of you need to go back and listen to the replay of this.
He sure does.
We're clowning around and we're joking around a lot and we're mixing it in with teaching. But a lot of y'all need to go back and study this thing. A lot of the words WORDS that Shay is using are paramount. That's a big word.
Come on, paramount.
They're important to what we do. She told you language is a locator. That's another whole phrase that we live by. And she gave y'all words tonight that will separate you from everybody else. And I hope some of y'all catching it now. But I would like to think most of y'all missed it. I would replay this room tonight if I were a lot of you all. Shay, can you read this phrase on the screen and tell them what this means to us or them?
Absolutely. Money follows ministry, right? And is built into what we do. And that is 100% true. You'll see the blessing in every part of this. You not only provide a safe, affordable living situation or accommodation for someone, you get to see lives transformed. And along with that, you are able to maintain an income that one takes care of them and takes care of your family. So money will always follow ministry, right? Where you're doing well and you're not doing well, where you're doing for God's people, he will make sure that the blessings overflow and overtake you, overshadow you. So be mindful when you get into this, make sure your heart's in the right place. I'm going to tell you that because there's a lot of times that you can get that one resident, Derek, that'll tap dance on your last nerve. I'm talking about tap dance on that bugger till it hurts. But you have to make sure that you still maintain that same that love, that kindness, that gentleness, because you don't know what they've been through or what they've experienced in the past that causes them to build walls, right? That causes them to have a harsh exterior or a harsh mannerism. And you've got to be able to help them navigate through that without, you're not being a case manager, you're not being that, but you may be that listening ear that nobody's ever taken a moment to listen to them. You may be that person that just gives them an idea. Prime example, my young lady that's in a program, they're preparing her to get her own SSI. She's in her 40s. Just guys, like, life is hard for her. Life is uncomfortable for her. She doesn't have the skill sets that we have to operate and to function. Grocery shopping. Took her grocery shopping for the first time to teach her how to grocery shop, showed her how to budget, showed her how to maximize what she gets in her food stamps and be able to live off of that for 3 weeks or 2 weeks. And then we're going to go grocery shopping again. Matter of fact, I have to go grocery shopping with her next week before we leave because that's her midway point. But let me tell you something. Do you know that was a traumatic event for her? That was a traumatic day. She finished shopping with me. She was so excited that she learned a lot, but she was exhausted. She literally packed away her food and she slept because it was so overwhelming. But she was so excited to get a new skill set that she never had. Derek, I asked her to pull out her calculator and she said, I don't even know how to use a calculator. Hear me, guys. So when I say money follows ministry, and Derek, I did this. I poured into her with no expectation, right? my heart was just, I need to show her how to navigate space, because pretty soon she's going to get a direct express card and not be able to afford her own housing because she does not know the concept of money or how to handle it. Now, if I can either put somebody in place to show her, or I will show her based on my availability to be able to navigate that. Derek, that day we did that. And on the following, because that was a Thursday, I think it was a Thursday or Friday, I did that. The following Monday, I promise y'all, if I am lying, my virtual assistant will show up and say something in the chat. I promise you, we received a grant from the same place I had took her shopping in, Walmart. The very next, that Monday, I think that was a Thursday or a Friday. No, because we went live. So that had to be a Tuesday. So the following week, Walmart deposited $2,000 into my account for the spa day. So that's money following ministry. Exactly. I ministered that whole day. I was tired. I didn't feel like it, but something on the inside of me said, Shay, if you don't, who will? Mm-hmm. And I said, let's do it. Let's go, Holy Ghost. Let's go, Holy Spirit. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate, right? This is called the sleepy talking, right? But no, that is literally what happened. And that money did follow ministry. So now something else comes in so I can pour back out in ministry. You see that? Love it. That money doesn't come in just to pad my pockets, Derek. It comes in so that I can go ahead and continue to pursue ministry. So it's that ebb and flow. It's that give and that take, that constant motion of movement, right? So that's why I wanted to share with y'all about that saying. Money follows ministry. I love it. And somebody needs to hear this right now too. God is not giving you the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind to make decisions. Right. So we want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to get into what we're doing. Shay cooked a lot tonight. And what's really cool about Shay cooking like that is that we do this from a different aspect. I'm an LLC, more that whole S Corp thing. Shay is a nonprofit. 501c3. So I want to know just really quickly, can 2 or 3 of y'all put in the chat? Derek, so far from what I heard, you and Derek sounded like Shay, but I want to go nonprofit like Shay. Put in the chat if you desire to do this under a nonprofit, or if you just say, Derek, that don't matter to me, bro. I'll just be an LLC or S Corp like you. I just want to know real quick. Put in the chat who desires to do this as a nonprofit. And then Shay, I want you to talk about that course that you just built. That's called Know Before You Go. Who is that for? So the Know Before You Go course is for that individual that really doesn't understand. They hear a lot of the hype about nonprofits, right? That was what I heard during COVID, like entering into that COVID phase. Everybody was talking about, ooh, COVID money. Nonprofits are getting a whole bunch of COVID money. Everybody, it was just a lot. Businesses are getting a whole bunch of this and a lot. And people were like, the secretaries of states were slammed because of the number of applications that were going in being submitted. But a lot of people did not know before they did that. They went that route. Nobody knew what really was necessary to run and sustain for the long term a nonprofit organization. So there was a lot of information that I didn't have. Thank God for great people, for a great pastor and great accountants and great people that we're surrounded by that help us on a regular basis or that we can glean from. But what ended up happening with that is there was a lot of misinformation. I saw nonprofits be taken down by board members. I saw people, getting into different types of federal funded programs and end up owing the feds back a lot of money, losing their 501c3 just for lack of knowledge. People paint this pretty picture about a nonprofit organization, but they don't give you the full understanding to make the conscious decision of knowing before you go and making that right decision on if this is for me or if it's not, if it's too much, or is this something that I add later, right? A lot of people want to take off running and say nonprofit grants. What most people don't know, Derek, is that a nonprofit is really not considered a viable entity until it is at least 5 years old. At least 5 years old. Big funders, you can get the little Walmart grants. And believe me, little doesn't mean that we don't appreciate it. but it's your smaller donation types. It's your your community, your people, your peers, the people that you're communicating with.
So how long did it take you to receive a grant as a nonprofit?
I got a grant
in my or big.
I got a grant in my first year. I received 2 Walmart grants, so I was able to get
what was the amount of those grants?
$500 each.
Okay.
So $500 each. I was able to do certain things with it, like get locks and
how did you apply for that? Did you do that?
I actually did those. Now, Walmart grants are very easy to apply for, right? Their process is very attainable, so it makes it's more of your community grant, right? So that is Walmart is dedicated to helping the grassroots organizations, right? So you don't have to be a multi-million-dollar organization that has funding out the wazoo to get or receive one of their grants. They're going to trust you with the little bit because you're impacting the community that they also serve. So they're going to, utilize you as their hands and feet. So they're fairly easy, but very competitive. Easy to write for, but very competitive. I did the first several before I hired a virtual assistant that does all of my grant writing. The next set of grants I received got a little bit larger. They were 1,500. Then I started getting private donors that were, sending 5,000, 10,000, in the thousands on a regular basis. Then after that, Derek, we got the $10,000 grant from First Horizons, and we've received several grants from them since then. And honestly, we're getting ready to enter back into another phase of their funding. So we'll be, I think Latrell already applied for some of that. And then again, right now we're really going hard for a $70,000 grant that we're writing in to add additional ILFs under the ILF umbrella for the Angela Denise Foundation. We have another one that we wrote for the state of Florida, and that will benefit every ILF under the ILF Forcing Consultants umbrella, which is going to be for, rental fees.
Okay.
It will be for light bills for people that call into Angela Denise Foundation that need help or need assistance with paying off some of their stuff. So that's what we're actually getting into. And that's about a $250,000 grant that we're waiting on a response for.
So we pray that we get that one.
We're praying that we do. But what I want to say is this. Most people don't realize that the organizations, those community organizations, they don't fund unless they see that you have contributions. My contributions are the bed fees from the Angela Denise Foundation. My contributions are the sales from the Faith Apparel. So these are the contributions that they're looking at to see that's happening. I have donors that just donate. I have regular donors that donate on a regular basis, like a monthly basis. So that stuff helps. And that's what your grants, those that have grants, that are issuing grants, want to see. They want to see that if we don't offer you a dime, that you can implement at least a part of this program. If not the whole thing, can you really implement the smallest part or piece of this program and it be successful? And how are you managing, or how are you identifying the successes? So this is some of the stuff that you'll learn in that Know Before You Go course. If you want to know more, just text NPO, N as a nonprofit organization, not NPO, to the number that's scrolling. That's the 326-0086 number at Forston Consultants, and we'll give you access to that. So don't slide
by that, right? So text NPO to 407-326-0086 if you want more information on that course, Know Before You Go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Straight Talk with Shay. We'll be right back.
My Jillian did that.
And back on you, Michelle.
Yeah, so I want to answer a few questions before we start wrapping up. Elizabeth Francois said, "Can you clarify? I thought if you begin to offer services like arranging transportation or salon day, you will need to be licensed." No, I am not the salon.
Right.
I am using licensed I am using licensed individuals.
Hear it already.
So when we put this in our books, this is all information that is documented when they do render services for these events. So for the spa day, the massage therapist is a licensed and practicing massage therapist in the state of Florida, in the county that my house is located in. So when they render services, I take a copy of all of that stuff and I file it with my organization. Same thing for the beautician. I file those documents as well. So that way, if anything happens, my board has access to the information that we need. And so does if the government ever wanted to ask any questions, or if my donor, prime example, if Walmart wanted to come back and say, hey, can you provide who provided the services, just to do like an audit, we would have that information available. Now, when it comes to the transportation, again, I'm not providing transportation. I'm just scheduling a lift. So Derek, I don't think they got that. I'm literally just scheduling a lift, right? I'm not picking them up.
3 weeks ago, even here, how we brought it up, how I'm always screaming, we do not offer transportation. Well, yes, we do, but we do it through a third party. And Uber for Business is how we told you guys.
Yeah.
You need a real email address, meaning a domained email address, not Keisha@gmail.com. It should be info@serenityhousing.com.
Yeah.
Serenity Enterprise should be, because don't use the word housing.
Exactly.
But get where we're going. So Uber for Business allows you guys to look like you offer transportation, but it's not coming from you. Back on you, Shay.
I love this question. So Tony Windman says, what is the difference between an LLC and a nonprofit? Can you put that back up?
I sure can.
So the LLC is an entity type that is a for-profit entity. So there are different types of for-profit entity types. That means you're in business to make a profit, right? So that is the difference between an LLC, a C Corp, an S Corp, any type of corporation, including the sole proprietorship and the LLC. They are, or partnerships. There's a whole bunch of different types of business or for-profit business models. And they are, again, like I said, the definition for that is they are in business to make a profit. When it comes to a nonprofit, we're not in business to make a profit. We are we're service based and we're alms based, right? So we're more of those entities that give back. Although we can make a profit, we as the board of directors, we do not profit from the profits gained. I hope that makes sense. So the profits that a nonprofit receives literally goes right back out to resource the community or a program or some type of initiative that we've implemented. So we're not in the business to make a profit to pad our pockets. If we do receive a profit, it goes right back out into good works. So a nonprofit organization is exactly that. It's a deeds-based program or entity that's giving people, it can be food distribution. It can be educational services. It can be all sorts of different types of give backs to the community, but it is not, we're not in the business to pad our pockets. Any profit that comes into our organization literally goes right back out to meet another need. So I hope that answers your question. Let me know in the chat if that was a good answer for you.
All the proper language to be able to explain what she just said.
So know before you go nonprofit. It's $297 for a course. And at the end of the course, I've got 2 bonuses in that course, Derek. I've got a bonus and a bonus.
Let's hear it.
So the bonus is I'm talking to you about some of the mishaps and mistakes, right? We always going to be very transparent. We're going to talk about some of the stumbling blocks, some of the things that I didn't know before I went nonprofit. You're going to hear that. And then my bonus is you get to hear a true interview. I am interviewing my virtual assistant, who is all of like 26 years old from the Philippines, that writes all of my grants. Not only does he write my grants, he helps me to organize all of my programs. So like prime example, if he sees something that's in alignment with our organization, but we haven't really added certain pieces to a program that fits that grant, he'll say, hey, we need to meet. And he'll tell the whole board, we need to discuss what we need to add to this particular program to be in alignment with this grant. And he helps us bridge that whole piece together. And now we do the application to obtain the grant funding and prayerfully obtain the grant or win the grant. So that is the second bonus in that course, where you get to hear my virtual assistant, hear how I use a virtual assistant from the Philippines as a part of my organization to help us grab and find those grants for our nonprofit. So know before you go, text the word N, text the letters N as in non, P as in profit, O as in organization to 407-326-0086. And let me get you all signed up for the Know Before You Go nonprofit course. So Derek, back on you. I'm done cooking.
Stuff. I want to give a quick shout out to, I want to look at it first, because this is amazing, because Shoshana and I talked about this earlier today, and
what
she
happened?
did it. So Shoshana, I'm not sure, and I'm laughing because I'm remembering what I told her. Sis, are you still here? I told her when she's in trouble with me, I'm gonna call her Jerry Michelle. Right?
Oh, no.
That's her real name.
What?
Because this is a little joke that we got going on. Sis, I want to congratulate you what you did 3 hours ago. You did what I asked you to do inside of the ILF Academy, and 43 people have either liked it or commented on it.
What did
and you're
she do?
giving people inspiration of what they should be doing. So I gave Shoshana a hard time, jokingly, about her her business shirts, her business cards, her flyers, her pamphlets, and she did it all. So by the time we met again today, sis, please shout me out if you still here, because I want to prove a point. You moved at the speed of instruction, and not only what this is going to do is encourage other people, it's showing them what they need to be doing. She's showing you her business card, her flyer. She did the water bottle thing like Shay.
I love it.
Full of all of them peppermints.
Yes.
Everybody go to the ILF Academy right now. And if you're not a part of it, you're missing it. We got a free Facebook group. It's called the ILF Academy. You need to go and look at Shoshana. I'm going to mess up her last name, but the last part is Israel.
What she did.
And look at what she posted. Wow. I want you guys to see that, because all of y'all need to do that eventually.
Yes,
she just at the point where she's got to do it, because she's got a meeting tomorrow with a case manager.
I'm going to give her another tip too. If you want to,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, real quick. So sis, depending on what your cost was, right? I want you to do me a favor. I'm going to send you my affiliate link for Ninja Transfers.
She's using that. Something similar, I think. She showed me this flimsy piece of paper that looks like house stuff. She ordered the stickers and the stuff that go on her shirt.
Let's do it.
So before me try to tell her what to be doing,
that's it.
She's already done it.
I love this. I love it.
You still here?
And can I give another tip too?
Yeah.
So if you do digital transfers, you don't have to. You can bypass having to pay somebody to do your shirts. If you find a place or find a shirt that you like, buy it for cheap. Find it on Amazon, buy it in bulk or whatever, and then go. There's a little Cricut iron. Guys, it's about this big, and you can just iron that sucker on your shirt, right? You don't need to buy a huge.
It looks amazing.
You don't have to. You don't have to buy a huge heat press like I have. You don't need all of this stuff. I am so excited.
Shoshana, are you
still here? She probably left.
I'm gonna have to shoot her
that's good stuff.
Message. Because I jokingly tell you, all of you guys, right? Your favorite shirt that day in your wardrobe don't matter.
Yeah.
I want you with a branded shirt so that you're always a walking billboard.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you start talking to people about your program, you look like what you're talking about.
I think that's so
Don't
important.
wear your favorite pink blouse that day. Don't wear your favorite white button up. Unless you go and get the embroidery on it with your business name. People are going to stereotype you guys. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah.
People are going to stereotype you and judge you before you start talking.
Before you even enter the room.
Before you speak, I want them to see that you're branded and that you're a real company, not just some lady that opened up a house.
Mm-hmm.
Watch how these two sound real different. Here's a lady that opened up a house and she's trying to house people.
Yeah.
But here's an organization by the name of Minor Hero Solutions that are housing the homeless, taking people from homeless to hopeful.
Yeah.
Major difference. And when you're branded like that, you're easily to be believable. Make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
So as we begin to start to close this room down, I want to take the next 3 questions that you guys got, and I hope they're real good ones. But let's take a quick commercial break and hear from my 2 twin brothers. We'll be right back, David and Dennis.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA, and you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
Y'all, I done cooked too much. I done wore myself out.
Shay done stir fried so much, y'all. You know, Shay got a limit now.
Listen,
now I can go for
Derek
7
can go
to 8
all day.
hours. Shay wind down after about 2, and I'll admit I didn't even realize it was 9 o'clock.
It's time.
That's how good we cooking, but this is also where we end it. So, but I do want to keep my word. If there's 4 questions in the chat right now, I'll knock them out real fast.
One.
Let's do a rapid fire.
So I'm going to answer this one.
20 seconds. Answer that question.
Okay, you got it. So let me get it up. So it says, I understand now. Thank you. So I would like to make a profit and also be able to apply for grants and et cetera. So you need to see if your state has what is called a B Corp. A B Corp, like Boy Corp. That is not a nonprofit, but it has a arm of doing good works. So look that up and do some work on that because it's not available in every state.
Accountant to come on here to talk about that. Maybe we'll spoil you guys one night and drag her on here. She always does that for our ILF Master Blueprint members, the one-on-one coaching. But if y'all want to hear that, if 10 people just put it in the chat, we'll arrange where the business maven, Miss Lynette, comes and break down what is the B Corp and why should maybe you have one.
Yeah.
Shay, back
That's it. I'm done. I answered. I'm done.
Perfect.
I'm finished.
So we'll take 3 more questions really quickly. Put them in the chat. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go to a commercial real quick and we'll be right back.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right, guys, we are back. And again, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets.
Absolutely.
And y'all chose to be here. So we super appreciate that. So I just want to let you guys know that don't forget about all the scholarship offers that have been emailed to certain people. But also don't forget what Miss Clarissa pointed out today.
Yeah, she told
Clarissa kind of got me in trouble, y'all.
She told us
for y'all, Clarissa was a blessing. Because she said something that I've kind of stopped saying out loud on YouTube. And most people only hear that on a discovery call. But I'll tell you right now, if what you've heard today intrigued you and you want the one-on-one coaching, not only is it available and on sale all year long until December, because guys, our one-on-one coaching is normally $7,500.
Right.
And in January, it's going back to that. It'll probably be more. But all year long this year, we wanted to just help more people and make it more affordable. So not only did we add Klarna and Afterpay to help you pay for it, we dropped the price to $4,997. That's $3 away from $5,000, and I cover the tax. And my accountant hates that. I'm just telling you.
Be honest. I'm telling you.
I said, Lynette, relax. We're going to help a lot of people with this.
She gets on them all the time.
I'm going to cover the tax. So $4,997. You don't even pay $5,000. I cover the tax.
Yeah.
And if you're real smart, you use Klarna or Afterpay like the lady did today. She applied by phone on the phone with my assistant and was approved on the spot.
Yeah.
Jennifer did that on the phone with her, Shay.
Yeah.
Literally on the phone.
Yeah.
She waited.
I believe it.
So she applied for the Klarna, got it, and bought it. That lady's appointment for her onboarding is tomorrow.
What you said?
Her life will change now because of that. Well, that's how we work, Shay.
I know, but when we got all our
onboarding is almost immediate.
We got all our staff in place.
And once you sign your documentations and all your things that I promise you, we drop your products immediately. Some coaches kind of drip it out 1 week, 2 weeks. I give you everything you pay for day one. Because what if you want to go faster than me? I don't want to stop you. So review those videos so that when we do meet, we're ready to go. But again, if you found a partner in here today, you guys can actually merge together and pay one price. So wink, wink, I just gave y'all the cheat code. If two of y'all want it, don't buy it by yourself. Now, if you say, no, Derek, I don't know that lady, and I don't want to, and I want to do this with me and my husband. No problem. I just open it up for people to come together to make it more affordable. Yeah. And what's really cool, as I said, that we can split the invoice down the middle. You get one, your business partner get one. And we still build both of y'all individual websites. Y'all get your own paperwork, your own curriculum. Y'all don't need to be sharing an ebook. She reading over your shoulder. You get your own stuff. She get her own stuff. Because what if you move faster than your friend? Yeah. Yeah. So, Miss Clarissa, thank you for actually saying that. I'm joking and saying that other part, but thank you for allowing other people to hear it who may want to do that. Yep. Now, my team is also listening, and they may take this room down tonight because we don't often, but if you're listening and you're under the sound of my voice, God bless you, because that was meant for you to hear it. So I look forward to you guys moving forward. We're super excited for anybody that's coming to South Carolina. And don't forget,
we had some purchases tonight.
Mastery Blueprint. You come to South Carolina complimentary.
Yeah, we had some people purchase. Yeah, we had a couple of people purchase. Yeah, perfect. We had about 3. We had 3 or 4 people purchase while we were live. Perfect. So we'll see you in next week. So let me check the chat. We'll see y'all next weekend. So don't that feel weird? What I said, and there's no other questions. W. Woods, thank you as well. We appreciate you. And thank you for all of the positive things that were said in the chat. We appreciate y'all. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. So one last check. And Audrey, if you're still here, I look forward to you and your business partner joining us. And all you have to do is send us an email or a text message. Use that number. In fact, I'm going to put it on the bottom of the screen right now. I want you to use that number that's scrolling below right now. And also, if you haven't joined our free Facebook Academy, because I want everybody to see what Shoshana did today. Yeah. That's a part of your coaching anyway, but she showed you. So I want you guys to go and see that. It's called the ILF Academy. On Facebook. My name is Derek Forston. I improved this entire message, and I want you guys to follow me on Facebook. Derek Forston on Facebook. Be my friend. And everywhere else at Forston Consultants, follow us. This beautiful lady, follow her at the Angela Denise Foundation. She's also Shaniye Forston on everywhere else too. It's a lot to spell. So spell it in the chat for him, Shay, and also bless them with your music. This one is a songbird too, y'all. That's one of the things that kind of wooed me into Shay. Her looks, her accent, her attitude, and how she carried herself, but also that she can sing. And I won't tell y'all this one story. Now, one day I will. Maybe the IMB people. No. I'm going to give y'all a story of what Shay did one time. No. And it was through singing. Yes, I am. No. Yes, no, you ain't. No, IMB family, y'all will hear it. No. I'm going to tell you how Shay singing changed my life. Yes, I am. Put your hands together, everybody, if you want to hear that. The same way he almost left me and went to the airport. I wish Godspeed on your life, on your health, and your finances. And I pray that if you want to do this, no devil in hell can stop it. No hater, no naysayer, and not the girl you grew up with in high school who always hated you. Yeah. Nobody can stop this. Because if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it.
And your first step is texting the phrase
More
info. So MOREINFO to 407
You're gonna get busted out.
0086.
He's gonna get
And it's
busted,
scrolling
y'all.
at the bottom of the screen. It's also in the chat on TikTok. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done for the night. We'll see you guys on
They'll
Saturday.
see you on Saturday.
Oh, right, because we're still here. But
they'll see you on Saturday.
I'll have a special guest Saturday. Some of y'all have seen him.
Oh, God.
Some of y'all have not. Join me Saturday to make sure you don't miss the game, because I'm going to be here and I'll have a special guest. Also, I would be remiss if I forget this. Tomorrow night is our meeting in the ILF
Family Talk.
Mm-hmm. So if you are under my one-on-one coaching, even if you just bought it or if you upgraded to that $47 a month under the DIY, join us tomorrow. Yep. The lady that covers us and gives us the advice for the insurance of what we do, she's speaking tomorrow. Yeah. Miss Renee Scott. And if you're in Florida, I think Georgia and a few more places, she even covers specifically where you live at. Yeah. But if not, she still gives us a where to go, how much coverage to get, what we need, why is it important, and a bunch of other stuff that she gonna lay on us tomorrow. I'm also speaking in that tomorrow, and so is Shay. But again, if you're in the ILF Mastery Blueprint Coaching tomorrow, you're gonna get a Zoom. We call it Family Talk. Then we're also going to, like always, post a recording inside of your private Telegram group. But be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Zoom. You guys will start getting the emails tomorrow. Understood, everybody?
Now,
now to him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ever ask or think,
according to God's power that worketh in us.
You guys be great, and we'll see y'all next time.
Love y'all. Have a